Leicester and Leicestershire has a long history, and therefore there are some old buildings which may be hiding a secret or two. These are the buildings thought to be the city and county's most haunted. Regarded as the city's most haunted building, the Guildhall near Leicester Cathedral boasts 5 separate spectres. The most famous is the White Lady, who reportedly resides in the museum's library. Other encounters involve a tormented cavalier and a black cat in the Great Hall. Also, a phantom policeman and ghostly dog have been seen in the courtyard. At least one witness claims to have been shocked by a pair of phantom legs hanging from the portrait of Henry Earl of Huntingdon hanging in the Major's parlour. In 2006, footage of an apparent apparition was caught on the museum's CCTV cameras. Skeptics dismissed it as simply the sun moving across the floor. In 1998, video footage of what appears to be 2 apparitions at Belgrave Hall made it into the national press.
There appear to be 2 ghostly apparitions in the grounds of Belgrave Hall Museum. No one can explain what or who they are. Our correspondent Emma Simpson went to investigate.
A wet, dark Sunday morning and security cameras captured 2 mysterious figures. They only appear for a few seconds, followed by a swirling white mist on top of the wall.
The image appears for a second.
CCTV images were taken of what the Hall believed were images of Charlotte Ellis, one of 7 sisters who lived at the stately home during the mid-19th and early 20th century. She is reported to wander the gardens in Victorian dress and is often referred to as the Victorian Lady, the Green Lady and the Grey Lady. In addition to seeing ghosts, people have reported smells such as fresh baked bread and gingerbread when no one is cooking. Museum assistant Liz Balliol-Key said, "There have been quite a lot of people and museum staff who have said they have felt the spirit and seen a woman in Victorian attire on the garden path." After the security images were publicized, the International Society of Paranormal Research came to the museum to investigate. They claim to have come into contact with several spectres, including a negative male energy, which they found upstairs. They also found a child ghost that had died of tuberculosis and a male ghost that had died in a fall. All of the people found by ISPR were later linked by staff to people who had lived at the hall at some point. The Carriage of Laughter's best-known phantom is said to race through Bradgate Park between the old church and the ruins of her home. Lady Jane Grey was executed in 1554, and her ghost is said to appear at her former home in the park on Christmas Eve each year. Her coach is said to be pulled by 4 headless horses through the pathways of the North Leicestershire. Another ghostly carriage has also been seen in the area by a milkman on his early run. The ghost's vehicle was seen to go across Crupton Road, straight into the reservoir without making a sound. Several volunteers have said that when they are alone in the basement of the engine house at the Abbey pumping station, they get the sense that they are not really alone. There is a feeling, a warm sensation, that someone or something is there with you. Is this the ghost of Robert Richardson watching over the current keepers of his beloved beam engines? The only known fatal casualty whilst building the Abbey pumping station happened just after 5 p.m. on Tuesday, the 26th of August 1890, when Robert Richardson, a 43-year-old labourer, was working as an engineering labourer for the main contractors, Jimson Iron Founders of Vulcan Road, Leicester. At the time, 2 hours overtime was being worked each day in order for the building and engines to be completed on time, when he missed his footing on scaffolding in the roof and fell some 45 feet, sustaining internal injuries. At the time, he was marking some ironwork with red lead. A doctor was called and Robert was rushed to the Leicester Royal Infirmary, where he died from his injuries 2 days later with his wife at his bedside. Sadly, injuries that by today's improved medical standards and hygiene could have been treated. As it was, Robert had already been widowed and had remarried in 1883, 7 years earlier. He now left his wife, Augusta, and a young child to fend for themselves in a time when financial help, as we know it today, was totally unknown. The inquest into Robert's death was reported by the Leicester Mercury on Saturday the 30th of August 1890. Robert was buried at Welford Road Cemetery on Monday, the 1st of September 1890, on a day when it was reported that there was terrific thunderstorms over Leicester, most probably causing local flooding. This pub, mentioned in the Doomsday Book, is thought to be haunted by a former landlord. Three Swans Hotel in High Street was locked in the historic dome as the Swan and has been a hub of mysterious activity. A painting of the former landlord, John Fothergill, is said to be haunted, and there is a history of unfortunate events at the pub every time the picture is moved.
Yeah, I'm looking for the ghost of Anne Dixie.
Looking for what, sorry?
Ghost of Anne Dixie.
The ghost of
Anne Dixie. Have you
Anne
seen her?
Dixie?
Yeah.
No, I can't say I actually have. Have you seen it, Abbey?
What, Anne Dixie?
The ghost of
In the Grey Lady?
As in, yeah, the ghost of.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't, but yeah.
Do you know all about her?
Yeah, why?
Because there's a ghost hunter here out front.
I was hoping to see her, but if she's not here, then there's not much I can do.
You're better
I think
off
it's
in the old
I
part.
was just saying,
Yeah.
she's
There's a lot of
right.
activity in the old part.
Bosworth Hall is a historic former stately home in the rural town of Market Bosworth. Originally belonging to the once wealthy Dixie family, whom were the baronets of Bosworth. Bosworth Hall was owned by the Dixie family for nearly 300 years. The parkland was purchased by Woolston Dixie, Lord Mayor of London, in 1589. The current building was built during the reign of William and Mary by Sir Beaumont Dixie, 2nd Beaumont, after he inherited the estate in 1682. When the Dixie family fortune was lost in the late 19th century to gambling debts, the home was one of the first things to be sold. The estate was purchased in 1885 by Charles Thomas Scott, who made numerous improvements to the building. His daughter, Winifred Scott, sold Bosworth Hall estate in 1913. It changed hands twice more before being sold to Leicestershire County Council in 1931. It became a hospital, which it remained until the 1980s. The hospital closed and the estate was purchased by a construction firm intent on turning the building into a hotel. The construction firm had bitten off more than they could chew and eventually went bankrupt. The conversion to a hotel was completed when the Britannia hotel chain purchased the property. A tragic 18th century affair between Anne Dixie and her gardener sparked one of Leicestershire's most notorious ghost stories. After finding out about the regular rendezvous between his daughter and his gardener, Sir Woolston Dixie set up a series of traps around his home, Bosworth Hall, to catch the Lothario. However, his plan took an unexpected twist when his daughter, Anne, stumbled upon one of the traps, suffering horrific injuries to her leg. She was so severely wounded that within a few days, gangrene set in. During this time, her injuries caused blood to seep through the floorboards onto the fireplace below until she could take her pain no more and died of loneliness. Known as the Grey Lady, Anne Dixie wanders the corridors and the grounds, apparently looking for her lost love, or possibly revenge.